Guys, Yamoshi is going to get the biggest scolding of her life. Vegeta's already running out of patience, and her daring new method of training? Till this training continues, how must Beerus have gone on his mission given by the Daishinkan? Let's see all of that now, but first I want to thank you for the 80k subscribers. Thank you very much, and we'll continue to reach our goal of likes. Once we hit 3k likes, I'll bring you the next episode in sequence. So grab your bucket of popcorn and your soda, subscribe to the channel, and come with me. Beerus was almost defeated. In the 7th universe. Currently in the 7th universe, more precisely in the time room where Goku and Vegeta were being trained by Yamoshi to be able to use the true power of Super Saiyan God. It was possible to see that Yamoshi was facing Goku. Vegeta watched the fight with some injuries showing that he had already faced the ancestor of the Saiyans, and now Vegeta was just resting. Yamoshi said, "Come on, Goku, show me that you can use the power of the perfect Super Saiyan God," said Yamoshi before hitting a kick on Goku that fell to the ground. Yamoshi then immediately advanced against Goku, who was on the ground. Yamoshi was going to perform a top-down kick, aiming at Goku's abdomen, when she was prevented by Vegeta, who ended up catching her, and Goku's attention. Vegeta said, "What the hell am I seeing? Yamoshi, you need to change your clothes now," said the Prince of the Saiyans with a red tone on his cheeks, while looking at the Saiyan's ancestor, who remained with her few clothes, and that made Vegeta feel ashamed to see Yamoshi fighting with those clothes. Elsewhere in Universe 7, Beerus had accomplished his mission given by the Daishinkan to eliminate strange beings that were invading all 12 universes, and after that mission, Beerus was on his planet, and it was possible to see Beerus and Whis in a room. Beerus was lying on a bed with several injuries from all over the body. These wounds were healing over time. All those wounds were made by the warriors coming from another dimension. Thanks to the crystal that Yuhiko had given to Beerus and Whis, they could find all the beings coming from another dimension. And with that, Beerus ended up facing everyone, and not only that, but also eliminating all beings from another dimension, using his power of destruction, causing all these beings to have their existence completely erased. And how the attacks that Beerus received had a strange energy that Whis could not heal the god of destruction immediately, and not even the seeds of gods that Whis ended up picking up on the earth were useful at that moment. So Whis and Beerus would have to wait for that energy still present in Beerus's body and to disappear, so that Whis could heal the god of destruction. Beerus was annoyed with that, but he couldn't do anything to speed up his self-healing. Beerus spoke. "I can't believe I ended up getting so badly injured because of those otherworldly being attacks. Those bastards were much stronger than I thought, and they all had characteristics of animals similar to those on planet Earth. And the worst thing is that one of them is still alive, because that being somehow managed to use the teleportation technique. And how weak was I that I couldn't go after him? And that being is somehow not being tracked by the interdimensional tracker that Bulma managed to create," said the god of destruction of the 7th universe, irritated by being injured by the enemy he faced still being alive, and by Beerus being so weak and to the point of not being able to go after that being at that moment. Whis said, "You should focus on recovering soon to be able to go after that being from the other dimension that has the appearance of a white fox, similar to the god of destruction of the 8th universe, Mr. Liqueur. That warrior that you faced has some powers and different skills, and apparently those blue and white flames of his have the ability to cancel the regeneration of beings that are touched by them. Apart from the fact that these flames are very powerful," said the angel while cutting some fruits and putting them on a tray so that Beerus could eat. Whis was going to eat a few pieces too. Beerus said, "Those damn flames that white fox can create are too strong, and they can even block my power of destruction. If it wasn't for his blue flames, I would have defeated him easily. But unfortunately, those flames managed to deactivate my power of destruction, and thanks to that power he used, that being didn't have his body disintegrate my power of destruction," said the god of destruction while remembering the fight he had against the being from another dimension that had a similar appearance to the god of destruction of the 8th universe. Beerus spoke. "Thinking about those cursed ones coming from another dimension, the other gods of destruction already managed to defeat those who were in their universes or not, because Bulma had made several trackers and I had given them to you, Whis, so that you could hand them over to your brothers, so that the other gods of destructions could go after the beings from another dimension that were in their respective universes. They already ended up with them or not?" asked the god of destruction while picking up a piece of fruit, and at the same time looking at Whis. Whis spoke.
Most of them, yes. Some are still missing, but there are a few enemies now. Champa and some others have already managed to eliminate the threat from their respective universes. Now, some like Quaitella still haven't managed to defeat all the beings from the other dimension. But apparently all the gods of destruction are trying to eliminate the beings coming from the other dimension. I would say that there is little left for us to finally get rid of this threat.
Whis spoke calmly while looking at the sphere of his staff and showing Beerus the progress of each god of destruction in eliminating that threat, and there was very little left for everyone to finish killing the beings of another dimension, and that included Beerus himself, who still needed to eliminate one of them to complete his part. Beerus said, "As soon as I recover, I'm going after the damn thing. Apparently the tracker is no longer capturing the interdimensional energy coming from that guy. It looks like the energy that was inside him ran out. So I'll have to go after him the old way. But now I know what his energy looks like, so it won't be so difficult to go after him," Beerus said before picking up some pieces of fruit and bringing it to his mouth to eat.
Whis said, "Mr. Beerus, are you sure you are the way you are just because you let that fox-faced guy get away? Or are you the way you are because of something else? Because I realize that you are a little strange. A few hours ago, it became easier to understand when we found Yamoshi, and she disappeared and reappeared in front of you," Whis said while looking at Beerus, revealing that he had already realized that his god of destruction was strange for a long time. The angel was wanting to know the reason for his strangeness. Beerus spoke. Looks like you figured out quicker than I was expecting. I'm weird that way because now that Yamoshi proved to be alive, I remember the dream of mine where I could face the Super Saiyan God. At that time I thought it was Yamoshi, but everyone thought she was dead, and I ended up settling in face Son Goku, who had transformed into Super Saiyan God to face me. And after that, I decided to put that prophetic dream of mine aside. But now that I know that the first goddess of Saiyans is alive, I think that maybe in my dream it was Yamoshi who appeared, and not Goku, and that makes me want to face her. I don't know what will happen now, or if someday Yamoshi will try to defeat me. I know that she proved to be strong enough to do that." Beerus spoke in a serious tone, and cold at the same time, that he remembered his dream a long time ago, where he would face a Saiyan who had the power of a god. Whis spoke. "So you're afraid that maybe the prophecy that you would face the Super Saiyan God in combat, where you could end up dying, is true, and that your lifetime in this world is ending? You're afraid that this can happen, isn't it, Mr. Beerus?" asked the angel Whis, looking at the god of destruction, who ended up turning his face to the other side, so that Whis would not look at his face.
Beerus said, "Yamoshi has already shown to be very powerful, and she hasn't even shown her true strength, which should be superior to mine in my current case. I'm afraid in relation to Yamoshi because I can end up dying if I face her. And even if I use my full power of God of Destruction, and even transform into my true divine form, I will not be able to defeat Yamoshi. After all, if she has already managed to reach the true power of a Saiyan, probably Yamoshi must possess not only the Super Saiyan God, but also the other Saiyan forms that Goku and Vegeta have. So I don't know if I could defeat Yamoshi," said the god of destruction, admitting that he was afraid of having to face Yamoshi, and with that discovering her true power, which could defeat the god of destruction, as the Saiyan ancestor appears to be stronger than Beerus.
Whis said, "I don't think Yamoshi is going to do something like that. After all, she was in the Namekian village for many years, and never had any interest in leaving to do anything. I would say that Yamoshi will not try to face you, Mr. Beerus, so relax and rest, because you need to recover to be able to go after that fox from another dimension," said the angel before getting up and leaving that place. Whis thought, really, Yamoshi didn't seem to want to face Mr. Beerus to be the new goddess of destruction. But I can't say the same thing about this Hiroki. From what Yuhiko told us, he is someone ambitious who's focused on Yamoshi. If Hiroki eliminates Yamoshi or changes his objective, Hiroki could try to face and eliminate Mr. Beerus to be the next god of destruction, and with that Hiroki could use me to get to Yamoshi, and I would be obliged to obey his orders. After all, my duty is to obey the orders of the god of destruction of the 7th universe, regardless of who or what the orders of this god of destruction are," thought the angel in a serious way, as he walked through the halls of the temple where Beerus lived, and at the same time, Whis took all his staff and saw the image of Hiroki, who looked towards the sky as if he were staring at Whis.
and his smile made the angel believe that Hiroki knew he was being watched. With that, we end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes in the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys!